Hi, everyone, and welcome to my world. So, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Ticket to Ride online. So, it is the board game, but it's available online through BGA website, but also Tabletopia, which I'll be showing you guys at a later time. But today is Ticket to Ride, the board game online version. And what's really cool is BGA has it set up where you're being told what to do. So you get those reminders of your choices on your turn to take. Also, if you are playing for if you choose to play the real time versus the turn by turn. So the real time, I'll go ahead and show you guys that right now. So on here, they have obviously the latest updates, and they have the images, the videos of how to play. It's going to be following accordingly to the rules that you would have in your physical copy. So I have one of those. I played this a few times. I love it. I really admire Days of Wonder. I'm really a fan of their artwork, besides some others like Ravensburger and um, and I'm sorry, I went blank on the other one. The one for Funkoverse. That's when I was first introduced to really awesome, graphics and layout and the way that the game played. But and I'll be showing those at a later time too. I have a small collection. But in the meantime, Ticket to Ride here. So I went on Squirrel Moment. So there is a Learn button here, and when you click on Learn, it's gonna ask if you just want to review the rules and read it, or if you want to go through a whole tutorial. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on Go to Tutorial, so that way you guys can see how just a real quick one. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it literally goes through a whole game. So I did this a few times when I first started on Board Game Arena for this game. I knew it was a game I was already familiar with playing physically, but not digitally. And so I went through the tutorial and I played it a couple times, and by that time I got used to everything. The tutorial does not have like a strict time limit. When you play real time, you're going to have a strict time limit of like 2 minutes for your turn. So you just want to make sure if you choose that route to do a real time where it's immediate back and forth rather than turn by turn, you have like a few days to take your turn. So it just really depends on your time. I have two toddlers. I get busy also because I care for my mom. So there are times where I'm not gonna be able to do the real time. Took me a good while to work this time out to be able to do that. So let me go ahead and get started here. Just to show you guys a real quick deal here. So for the tutorial side of the game, these are usually put together by a person or a group of people that have had experience in playing and stuff, and they did this whole thing. So great thank you to Nikoni Yancer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, sorry. Um, but yeah, it's really nice to be able to have this whole tutorial, especially if you're not used to playing games like this online and you're wanting to know how things work. And for the most part, like I played Viticulture on here and I played um, Seven Wonders. So there is a lot of different games that they have. They have a vast majority of games that I've seen in stores, and like in some of my favorite candy store places like Barnes and Noble to get games. So Amazon, has really good deals on games as well. But this is really nice to have when you're not wanting to or you can't just like put out a game on a table and start playing. My little toddlers will try to eat or try to play with those trains, and they can end up getting missed or in their tummy, and God forbid being choked so by them. So yeah, we don't want that. So this is just really nice to have, and it tells you, like, it just goes through your whole entire game with just you and the tutorial um per person there. So, and it'll just give you these instructions. These instructions up here are very similar to what you'll see in the game. So I'm just going to quit this because today I'm going to show you guys a real time game, how it works. So simple game, when you click on here, you're going to see that it has a simple game and it tells you briefly what it is. So the simplest way to play a game on Board Game Arena: play with anyone with any game options and enjoy your game. And then once you start playing Board Game Arena's games here, you'll start earning points and things like that, and that'll lead into the arena and tournaments. You can look more at that in their forums and stuff about them. They have like a whole deal on explaining all that. So I just want to save time and just show you guys how to do this. So I'm going to do the real-time one. Here's the turn-based one that I was talking about before, where you're able to go ahead and take a few days. So you have several hours to play your move. Um, Now for the tutorial, it doesn't have any restriction of time because you're learning. So that's and people are able to join in to that if you set up your table, is what they call all this, as setting up your board game table. You can choose to have friends that are connected already to Board Game Arena by registering their username and password and getting set up. They'll have their own profile, and you guys can add each other. Um, so usually you'll click here if you just want to play with your friends. So I have my sister and my mom here. You can add other people, and they give you a lot of options in terms of that, like how you want to do that. So if they're not already registered, like I did, I was just clicking no on them not being on BGA yet. You'll copy this link and you can like message them or use Messenger and on Facebook, or even copy it and paste it into Facebook as a post saying, please play some games with me, on Board Game Arena. But outside of that, like what I'm going to do today, because obviously I don't know what their time is like right now, it'll be me solo, but there'll be other people around the world that I can play with. So automatic. So I have simple game because I'm not going to do the arena or tournaments obviously right now. Real time is what I chose, and then the automatic is what I have here. They do have here friends, play with your friends only. So you'll want to click that if you just want to play with the friends that you have here, or a friend that you sent a link to. Automatic is where they'll go ahead, like it says, they'll choose the best opponents in terms of like how you play. That's the one I'm going to choose. And the last one is a manual one where you get to choose who participates, So but in this case, we're going to do that. Now, usually there's not a game already here, but I played this before, so it's here. But if you don't see anything here, you can go up here. They also will have suggestions, but under games up here is where you get to see like their wide variety of games. Now, there's the casual games, there's short games, best for two, party games, family, solo. So you'll want to have just the highlighted of the ones that you are interested in the category of playing. So for me, it would be solo. And in solo here, is like if I don't want to play with anyone else, I just want it to be me and like an AI. So then you would choose from these games here. Viticulture is one of them, and I've tried it before with just a solo. It does bring up some different kinds of ways of playing the game than what maybe you may be used to having it physically. Depending on if you have that version physically of the game where it has that solo piece to it, Viticulture sets up a certain way for that, is from what I've understood. And then Catan is also really cool. Now, this is under the um, I'm sorry, it's not under anything. It's just like the overall, but it's under my category of ones I've already played. So I still have a lot of ways to go here. And these aren't just it. You see there where the arrows are. So you'll click it and there's just more and more and more and more and it just goes on. But yeah, we're going to start with Ticket to Ride now and we're going to do the play. So I'm going to show you guys a real gameplay version of it right now. And we just double check in. We got it good to go now. So we're going to go ahead and go in to the game and get started. And so you want to hit accept real quick because that button goes away real quick. And they'll just keep sending you more and more. You see up here, here's my time. It's your turn. I got less than 2 minutes to take my turn. So that's why it's really good to play the learn version for a couple turns till you get used to the different ways to do it on here on BGA. So I'm going to choose my tickets first. Let's see. These are destination tickets, and I tend to like them to be with close to each other. I always like having a bigger number than a smaller one. I think that will also work actually. I'll do all three. So we're just going to say that. All right, and now the person that they found to play the game with me is now going, and I saw that up here, and now it's my turn again. You must draw train cards, claim route, or draw destination tickets. So I have one of those. I can choose either one of those, but just one. One of the three options. So I notice here, see where it has these highlights because it's showing me where all my different routes are that I need to connect that are associated with these cards. And you see, I had a really good dealt. Sometimes I only grab one or two because it's harder when they're not like gonna be connected more than once with each other. So, but yeah, so and you'll want to just kind of look ahead. So for the sake of time, I'm gonna need to pick up some cards. Okay. And so we're just going to play this game all the way through. You can see there that they'll be taking their turn right now. Rare occasions when it comes to the real time version that people would take longer than a few minutes to take their turn. So this is definitely meant if you are going to sit through a whole game. And so once again, all the grays, if you're already familiar, the grays is where you get to have any color. So I'm going to immediately put that down. So I chose to do that instead of picking up the cards this time or instead of getting more destination tickets. I really am not going to get more destination tickets until I finish the ones I have because I'll have points deducted at the end if I don't complete these. So you see here, there's not the mouse is the mouse. There's no like hand that it turned into. It turned in here, but not here because I have a card that can go here, and which is really cool because they make it real easy to understand what to do on your turn. But I've ran into a few people that have played and I seen like their comments about like something happened here and I didn't understand, and so I wanted to do a video on it because I don't see a lot of videos based on the online version of board games. So I wanted to help out there. So I'm going to grab some blacks since there's definitely some black cards showing. And in the rules, I'll have you more look at that. And at your own pace and your own time. But just a real quick tidbit is I tend to look at what colors I need that are associated with my routes that I have to complete. So there's, pink, blue, the immediate ones. The gray ones are awesome because that could be like any color. So I have here, I'm going to go ahead and do these two there. And I just had to click on the one and the AI did the rest. So I just click on where I want to have my trains on when I have those cards. And so we're going to do orange now. And I jumped ahead real quick, but that's good they didn't take that wild card because I'm going to grab it. I always like having a few wild cards just in case. If you grab a wild card from here, you can't grab another card. It's only if it's drawn from here you can still get your second card from here or there. So next, let's see here, because they're already like getting in my way a little. So, because they're trying to do theirs too. So we got the whites. So what I'm probably going to want to do is the orange here. And I know I'm kind of separating it out a little bit, but they really cut me off there. So I'm going to have to go this way now and get some pinks. And so we'll get some pinks. It just depends, obviously, too. The cards that you're dealt. I care less about winning right now, more about just really showing you guys how to do this. So now with my turn again, I'm seeing that I'm getting really blocked right now. So I have some options here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose another black. And I'll choose, I can't do this, that's why it's like that, because I already chose one card, and remember there's a restriction of just one card when it comes to picking up wild from here. So I'm just going to grab that other black so it gives me a good chance of putting down some more trains my next turn. So to go ahead and complete this route here too, I'm just going to real quick look at how that's, I'm trying to think about how that's connected. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put them here. And then I'm going to go with the wild card. And that took up my turn. And then it's their turn. And so I'm just looking as they're going what I'll have to do next. It's not going to let me use that second part of the one connection there. Normally you could, but not with two players. So just the only one player is allowed. You can't go and do that. So that's why there's these dots here to emphasize that rule. So in this case, now I could go ahead and try to go around this way. So it's just going to make it a little harder for me in trying to get these connected. So I was almost there, but I got blocked. So I'm going to have to go around. This one, I still have a really good chance. This one is also not so much, but I'm definitely going to want some blues then. Blues and pinks. So we got a pink there. And I'm going to see if I can get... Okay, well, I got another pink. So that's still good because I can use the wild I have for blue. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click my mouse on that first pink, and then the AI put all those in place there for me, which is great. This is one of those games that is a short game when you're already familiar with how to play it. Okay, so my next one here, you see there, so I'm getting super close to completing that. So let's see what I can do. I'm gonna have to go around that way too. Okay, yeah, just a bit. So I'm gonna definitely want some colors that can give me a good enough way around. Wow, they're either playing a lot of defense or they just happen to have some roots that are in the same area as mine. Hoy. So we'll see. I love that they have some wilds down right now though. Looks like they're also trying to I'm gonna get another wild card. All right, and then I'm just gonna start laying down some cards here. Please don't take what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna choose blue. And you saw how it gave me the option because it's the gray. So normally it wouldn't give you an option if you're like clicking on a path that already has a certain color. But in this case, they're gray, so they're gonna give me that option, and I'm gonna go with the black. And I completed my 11, so cool. I got that now, so it's just the other two. So this is that longer one and my shorter one. I'm going to stick with that shorter one first because I don't want all that getting taken. So I'm going to try to go for the yellow, see what happens, or the green. It's really going to depend on the cards at this point. So let's see here. It's going to take time here. So yeah, we're going to do that. Yellow, and yay, I completed the 8. So now it's just that longer route here, the 16.1. I'm totally going to work on that now and try to get that all squared away. Obviously, there's a path here where I can use the blue. So I'm going to try to get me some blues. That was really cool. I got a blue, but then I got a pink. So we'll deal with that. So I'll just have to keep picking until we get there. If I don't get them within a few turns, I tend to move on to a different color that I can use. So in that case, it'll be the white, and there's the blue. I accidentally clicked it, but you can choose one from here and choose one from here. So I meant to do that, but I accidentally clicked. So let's get that blue. And then we're gonna go for another orange, and that'll give us some extra too. So after they're done, it's gonna be my turn to go. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and I need 4 blues. I don't have any wilds, and I don't have enough whites. So yep, there's a wild right there. In this case, we can still draw 2 cards because we got the wild from the deck, the face down deck instead of the face up part. So we're going to go ahead and put some down now of the blue. And we're going to have that. And then we're working on the white. So let's see what we can get. Cool. So I got my white. Wait, 3. There's 5. I don't have my white yet. Miscounted there. So I need to see. Come on. See another color here. No. All right. So it's coming real close. Let me see. I can't go this way because they have theirs. Don't know why they're showing that. Is a way to do that? Not sure. Okay. So the 4 orange. I don't really want to take a chance going somewhere else, but I could possibly because of that. So I'll just use that up right now in case something happens. It didn't take what I needed anyway, so it just took extra cards I had. Ah, there's my white. So now I'm gonna, on my next turn, hopefully get my last destination card. I still have 14. They still have 19 cars left, so I'm gonna do my white now. So the game's not ending yet, but it might soon. When it goes down to 2 or less, the game ends and then we calculate all the points. Well, the AI calculates all the points. And then real quick, when you scroll down, you'll see here they have the ranks here, but they have a how to play. You click it and you'll be able to show. So just FYI if you need to review the rules while you're playing. You just don't want to take a lot of time if you're playing the real time. It's nerve-wracking. Okay, so we have that. I'm gonna grab a red because I definitely had 2 out of the 3. Because the gray card, the gray paths are those ones, that you can choose any color. So I'm gonna try to do that next. No, no, no. Okay. So I'm gonna do that here, and I'm gonna choose the red. And then I've completed my third one. So my next turn, I can decide if I want to choose another route, but I probably will just work on trying to get that bonus. The last game, I did not get that bonus of the longest path of cards, but I can try to do it this time or just the longest route as well. So hopefully I can work on that. We'll see. So gonna go ahead and it has to be one of those like straight kind of line things. So I gotta see what cards I have real quick. I got green. I don't know if I can use the green for a long route. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I'll just probably put some down. Man, maybe down here. Because more than likely on their next turn, they're also going to get down to that. So I have three, so it wasn't the final round yet, because I have three of those left. So, yeah. I'm not close to a space within these that's worth using that last one, but yeah, I guess I'll use it there. I really can't do anything else. If I picked up cards, I wasn't going to be able to use it, so. Oh, now it is letting me. I thought they were gonna go out. Um, you don't want to choose a destination because you'll get in trouble with your points if you can't complete it in one turn. So there we go. There is a chance that you pick up one and you already completed it by, just doing your other ones, but it's a gamble there. So we'll see. They might have gotten it because I'm kind of scattered everywhere, and I think they were definitely working on a long one there. Yeah, they got it a little bit more than me, so they got that extra 10. Ah. So anyway, it was a good game though. They got first place. Hooray for them. Yay. So we're probably gonna clap, clap, applause for them. So, yay, they did it. So yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me and for the game that we did today. I look forward to doing some more with you guys soon, and take care.